It's a celebration many look forward to, an occasion to come together, sharing a meal at the table, the Lunar New Year reunion dinner, a tradition passed down from generation to generation. It is a very important event for Chinese families, but there are the destitute and elderly folk who live alone with little or no family support. What about them? Concerned charity groups organize dinners so that these folks can be part of the celebrations. Helpful Care Group is one such organization. This is their story. Mr. Ng To Lai, its founder, recalls how it all began.
80年代，我在红山井 Henderson 老人院当义工时，看到很多被遗弃的老人，他们居住在单房的主屋里，没有钱，没有粮食，孤苦伶仃，有些连吃饭都成问题。我想，我应该帮助他们。在太太的支持下，我带进 Mr. Day 和他的夫人。我们每个星期天在 Henderson 老人院提供午餐给100位老人，同时我们也分米干粮给有需要的家庭及孤独老人。
记得在90年代初期，随着越来越多义工的加入，我们也就能够在端午节、农历新年还有中秋节这些佳节提供更多的食物，甚至红包给需要的老人，让他们度过个温馨的佳节。一直到99年的4月，更多义工的加入之后呢，我们就觉得是时候注册一个正式的慈善团体，那就是乐助之友。这样一来呢，我们就能够更容易的寻找到热心人士的赞助，也能够帮助更多需要的老人。
Over the years, some of the activities organized by the Helpful Care Group includes the following. Presently, the Helpful Care Group has 3 teams. Team A and B each distribute free lunch and rations to about 40 to 50 needy and elderly folk. Team leader Mrs. To Su Hui was appointed to coordinate and plan cooked meals and ensure that they were healthy and suitable for the elderly. On the first Sunday of each month, Team A distributes lunch for free at Bukit Merah View, Block 128A. Mrs. To and Mr. Tan Chun Chin with other volunteers prepare the food. The elderly gather there to have the free lunch. Groceries are also given out at the same time. Mr. Ronnie Tan of Shori Trading provides rice, fruits, drinks, eggs, and biscuits for each of the old folk. On the last Sunday of each month, Team B is at Block 79 Indus Road to give out the free lunch. The elderly crowd are always happy to meet them. Irrespective of race and religion, many needy elderly receive food and rations. Passionate and caring volunteers help with the preparation and distribution. Mrs. To, the cooking chairwoman, is also in Team B. Mrs. Ann Wong also pitches in. Mr. Thomas Ang, Mr. Tae Wong Kin, Mr. Ao Ki Huat, and others lend a hand in what needs to be done. Rations of rice, eggs, and other items are contributed by Mrs. To each month. Volunteers from LHL Group Private Limited make up Team C. They contribute and distribute groceries once a month at SBL Vision Family Service Center at Block 946, Tampines Avenue 4. All those who receive food and rations are registered. This provides for proper accounting and a tracking system. If the log reveals that a needy elderly person has not been collecting lunch or rations over a period of time, volunteers make a home visit to see if anything is amiss.
看到3个月没有下来，义工讲他3个月没来拿饭，所以我们就上去看，向他讲，我不认识你啊，就我们很失望，但是没有办法，他中了儿子的。
Many of the elderly live alone and have no way to get help if they're ill. Some pass on and have no one to bury them. Over the years, Helpful Care Group has arranged funeral services for several persons. Mr. Lim Mon Hee was a private person. At 79 years old, he lived alone in a one-room flat at Indus Road. His body was discovered by a volunteer who brought him food. No one came to claim his remains. Helpful Care Group arranged and paid for all the funeral expenses. In another case, Madam Choi's husband, Mr. Wong Kui, passed away in his sleep. She was so distraught and frightened that she slept along the corridor outside her flat. Helpful Care Group came to the rescue. They took care of everything, and her husband was given a farewell with dignity. To keep in touch with the aged who are over 80 years old, Mr. Ng and his volunteers make home visits from time to time. This allows them to interact with family members and see if any help is needed. During major festivals throughout the year, with the support of sponsors and volunteers, Helpful Care Group has extended their contributions to include the Dumpling Festival. The elderly gather for the occasion. Volunteers prepare the dumplings at their homes and present them to the delighted recipients. The Mooncake Festival is another celebration that the elderly look forward to. Helpful Care Group's dedicated volunteers make it possible to undertake the numerous projects: cooking, washing, serving, and many other chores. Sometimes the whole family gets involved. The idea is to inspire youth to join in. To run projects, volunteers and friends contribute cash and kind. It is a small group of determined, generous people who want to make a difference. Money to cover each year's expenditure is contributed by them. Government officials and VIPs have graced events organized by Helpful Care Group for the elderly. Ms. Indrani Raja, MP for Tanjong Pagar GRC and advisor to Helpful Care Group, is an ardent supporter of the cause. Despite a hectic schedule, she makes time to reach out to the elderly residents.
In Singapore, we have an aging population, and the question is what can be done to help the elderly. For those who have their own families, it's not so much of a problem, but what about those who don't have anyone to look after them? For this, volunteer welfare groups are important, and in this connection, I would very much like to commend the Helpful Care Group, which does a lot of volunteer work in my constituency. I commend the dedication of their volunteers and their helpfulness, the generosity of spirit as well as of their giving, and I would encourage others to join their cause.
For the year of the Ox 2009, Helpful Care Group brought 270 of the elderly to the Henderson Community Club to celebrate the Lunar New Year. Miss Indrani Raja mingled with the happy elderly folk. Tossing Yu Sheng symbolizes abundance, prosperity, and good fortune. A sumptuous meal followed. Helpful Care Group volunteers and their friends helped prepare and serve the food. Oranges and hongbaos were handed out. The happy, smiling faces weathered over the years say it all. As our population grows, more help will be needed. There will always be the elderly living alone and destitute. Helpful Care Group will continue its mission. Youth volunteers need to be inspired to join and become a part of the renewal process. Let them experience the joy of sharing with the elderly. It is a very rewarding journey.